Alright, so let's do the second problem here. Cosecant is the same as 1 over sine, and cotangent is the same as cosine over sine. And I didn't change the square root of 2, so when we divide by a fraction, we multiply by the reciprocal. So the 1 over sine x stayed the same, and this became sine x over cosine x. The sine x's cancel, and so we get 1 over cosine of x equals the square root of 2. Now I don't want that 1 over, so the reciprocal of cosine is secant. So we got the secant x equals the square root of 2. In number 2, cotangent is the same as cosine x over sine x, and secant is the same as 1 over cosine, and cosecant is the same as 1 over sine. When we divide by a fraction, we multiply by the reciprocal. So over here, we flip this part, and the second one, we flip this part. Get my equals cosine x. So we got 1 over cosine x times sine x over 1 equals cosine x. So we have sine x over cosine x minus sine x over cosine x equals cosine x. Well, since those two things are the same on the left side, we get 0 equals cosine x. Alright, last one here. We got cosine squared x plus 2 sine x minus 2 equals 0. Due to the fact that sine squared plus cosine squared equals 1, in order to replace cosine, I need to get cosine squared equals 1 minus sine squared. So putting that in, I get 1 minus sine squared x plus 2 sine x minus 2 equals 0. The 1 and the minus 2 can combine to be minus 1. Now, if these signs weren't there and I just had negative sine x plus 2 sine x, let's go back. Plus 2x minus 1 equals 0, and I want to solve that. Essentially, what I would do is I would multiply everything by negative 1, and we get x squared minus 2x plus 1 equals 0, and I would factor to be x minus 1 times x minus 1 equals 0. Now, because both of these are the same, I only have to solve one of them, which would be x minus 1 equals 0. So when I use that principle for what I have over here, I can use the sine squared x minus 2 sine x plus 1 equals 0. And when I factor it, I would get the sine of x minus 1 times the sine of x minus 1 equals 0. And since both of the parentheses are the same, we'd get sine x minus 1 equals 0. So the blue and the green here basically are the exact same thing, except one included the sine, one didn't. This is something we've done many times before. This is something that we're not used to with factoring with sines. Well, because I want the sine to be by itself, I'm going to add the 1 to the other side, and we get sine of x equals 1. And that's it for this particular lesson.